Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Honest Am. I am the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we do not just use the tarot, where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not use tarot cards. I use God and cousins in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne the God, it will not stop me. So hello, beautiful people. I'm trying to get back into a regular rotation. Today my day started and I was about to get really chill, really relaxed, and I was like, oh no, let me do these videos before I do anything else. So I'm going to try to keep all of these videos under 15 minutes. So let's get into it. All right, dear God, guardian angels and ancestors, angel number 51, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me, allowing no room for doubt, confusion in me or my viewers' mind. Let's just give us one card that we can use. One card that we can use. Ooh. And one card exactly came out, and the card is humor, angel number 114. With this message of humor coming out, I feel like right away the message that I get is God saying don't take life so seriously. We literally have a clown here with some balloons. I feel like God is saying to just take a very lighthearted approach to life right now. That's just the message that I get right away. Do not take life so seriously. I'm going to go ahead and go into our tarot and just get some information. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, what is this message of humor about? Why do you not want us to take life so seriously? What is this message of humor about? What is our energy towards humor? What's any potential obstacles, or just what do you deem worthy? Please deliver these messages to me and through me. All right. All right, so I love this. So the two messages that came out, the two cards that came out is the first card that came out is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is, we know that the wands talk about our passions, our drive, and the Knight of Wands is somebody who runs head first towards their dreams and their goals. And so with this coming out under humor, I feel like that's why God is saying, like, you may be in this place where, life is really intense and, people are saying stuff like the world is going to end and, all of this stuff. And I feel like what God is saying is that with the world being so heavy and with everything's going on, you really have to approach your days with humor. You really have to find your way to, and when I say humor, I feel like you have to find a way to protect your life, because the card that came out under this is Temperance, which is an energy. You see this woman right here. It's like an angel. She has this triangle sign, which speaks about alchemy or change. Then you see she has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on earth, which means she's grounded in her emotions while also being grounded on the earth. So which means she's ultimately at balance. She knows how to analyze. She knows how to take information in. And she also, you see her having these cups and it's like she's swooshing the water. That's her alchemizing the situation. And so what God is saying is that, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and what he's saying is that you have to find a way to alchemize it, find humor in it, and just go head first towards your goals. Like, I just really, all of the message that we got earlier this week, God was really breaking down the steps of creation. First it happens in the thoughts that you think, then in the words and the stories that you tell yourself, and then the last part of that is the action that you take. And that's why God is saying, have this lighthearted, just fun, going head first towards your goals. And that whenever you do find yourself getting these moments of when, things get rocky, this is when you become the alchemist. This when you take that moment. Yeah, like this, I'm hearing like this was the whole purpose of the journey. The whole purpose of this journey, of a healing journey, is so that you have tools and that you know how to alchemize, you know how to bring yourself back in balance, you know how to calm yourself down, you know how to not think the worst case scenario, because you know that you're ultimately abundant. And so what God is saying is that this time, the time of when things were going bad for you, the times of when things didn't work out for you, that's behind you. Now you get to look forward to some good stuff. Now you get to see your skills, and now you get to the, the happy ending because of all the work that you have put in. And so that's why God is saying, like, even when things come up, like say for example, I am getting ready to start doing this yoga class. And there's a part of me, like, there's a part in my mind that wants to panic and be like, oh, like, what if don't nobody show up? Or, what if nobody comes? And what if nobody supports it? But then in my body, like, what I feel is just this drive and just this feeling as though I earned this, and as though everything, all of my work has led me to this moment. And so it's like, I just feel like God wouldn't put me in this position for me to fail. And so it's like, even though there's an old part of me that wants to panic, that wants to worry, there's a bigger part of me that's just like, no, just go towards your goals, and just look at that part of you that's doubting it, and have humor towards it, and like just be like, oh, look, look, oh, it's like, I think sometimes we get, or at least let me say it myself, I can be very, very hard on myself, and I'd be like, damn, like I thought I was over that, or I thought I, overcame that certain tendencies, I thought I was better than that. And so instead, like now when I have that little part of me that wants to panic or that wants to worry about the worst case scenario, I just be like, oh, well, look like I'm going to be doing some, sleep hypnosis tracks tonight. That means I have to do sleep hypnosis tracks about self-confidence. Like, I just really am not taking it so seriously. I'm really taking this lighthearted approach to it and being like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, everything is going to work out. I trust God. I trust God because I've done all of this work to feel abundant. I know that this isn't even an opportunity that I was going after. This was something that was given to me. So why panic about it? Like, why even think the worst case scenario? Because we do know, like, what we put energy towards is what comes to it. So that's why God is saying, during this period of your life, I feel like he's saying from now to the rest of the end of the year, take a lighthearted, maybe not the end of the year, to the rest of this month, in fall, just take a lighthearted approach. Even when things go wrong, just be like, like try to find the silver lining in everything. Like, try to be as optimistic as possible, because I feel like God is saying, if you do that, all it would do is just get you closer and closer to the 9 of Cups. It's like, for some reason, I'm getting this energy of like, it's a trial period. Angel number 724. Like, God is just trying to be like, hey, these are the last couple of steps until we get you to like the ultimate end goal, to this cycle is completely over. And so right now, when you have little inconveniences come up, don't even take them to heart. Like, don't even get so down on it. Just look at it for what it is, a little small inconvenience, and move on, Okay. I also feel like God is saying that with this message, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. With this message of temperance coming out with humor, I feel like what God is saying, a good way to transmute some of this like negative, heavy energy is to use humor. So like, I used to be really into true crime, and I still love true crime, but I realized like, I can't keep taking in all that energy of true crime and then also looking at the world and then think that I'm going to have like my glass half full. And so I started to incorporate, listen to Jesus and Miro. I started to watch their show. I started to, look at other things that make me laugh. I was watching College Hill, the Celebrity Edition. And so it's like, this is that also, that laugh, humor, that's that helps raise your vibration. That also helps you transmute situations so that you can always remain in balance. It makes me, when I was saying that, it makes me think about that, about Monster Inc. If you ever seen the movie Monster Inc., it's all about these monsters thinking that, they have to run the city on fear. And so they, jump out the closets and they do all this stuff to keep their city alive using the fear of these younger kids from another dimension. But we found out at the end of the movie that laughter and joy was actually 10 times more powerful than the fear was. And so that's also like a message that I feel like what God is saying is like, laughter is the best medicine. Like, I feel like some of you guys have just been working just a little bit too hard And God is just saying, like, it's time for you to just take a, like, chill, take a lighthearted approach. Yeah, you can be focused and headed towards your goals, but do it with ease. Have fun. It doesn't have to be so, serious and so strict. Like, I'm really excited. I'm really proud of myself because this year I made an effort to make sure, angel number 956, that not only that I had vacations, but I was like really doing stuff that was fun. I went on stuff with family and like, I went on my family vacation. I went to go to Disney World with my cousins and now I have another trip coming up in a couple of weeks and I'm like, and it's like another fun trip. And I'm realizing like, oh, like, before I used to look at people on social media as like, when they were always going on trips, like, they just trying to brag or this. But I realized that, for me, going on trips, it gives me something to look forward to. I think when you are on your journey or when you're on your grind, you can get so focused and so caught up into it that you drain all the joy out of it because you just like, I got to do this work, I got to do this work, I got to do this work. And that's how I was. If y'all go back a year or two ago, you would see like I was doing these videos and I was on time and I believed in the message, but there was also like I was crying and I felt left out and I felt like people were forgetting about me. And then I had this realizing like, oh, I can't keep waiting for people to invite me places. I can't keep, if I sit in this house and every single day I'm strolling on Instagram being mad that people are not inviting me places or that people have moved on with their lives, like that's not hurting them. All it's doing is hurting me, and angel number 1122. And so for the last 2 years, I've been making a conscious effort to like start going on solo vacations. Like, when I turned 31, I had went on my first solo vacation and it was 32. It didn't quite work out well, but it was just like, okay, I lived and I learned, but I was proud of myself. That was the first time that I set that goal. And what is it? I think it was in 2021, where I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on 4 vacations. And lo and behold, I ended up going on 4 vacations. And so this year I was like, I want to double it. And guess what? I'm like about to double it. And it's not even, but it's also because, I'm intentional about it. But also I feel like once you like open yourself up and be like, oh, I want to do this, like God started bringing in other parts. Like I really feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but like I was able to plan, my birthday trip. I planned that out. This other trip kind of came about randomly, but again, that was something I did on my own. But I realized like that trip to Disney World, I probably never would have been able to do that on my own if it wasn't for my cousin. Like she really like planned everything. All I had to do was pay my money and it was perfect. Same thing with my trip to Alabama. Like if I would have, so it's like the universe helps you, and it's not because you're trying to, micromanage it. It's just because you keeping yourself balanced, you keeping yourself focused on, I just want to have fun, I just want to have joy, and then stuff just magically end up working out. So I don't know why I'm going on that tangent about travel, but I feel like you may not want to go on travel because you're like, oh, I can't afford it, I can't do this. Don't even put those stipulations on it. Just open up your heart, open up your mind, start looking online at trips that you want to go to, and I bet you 9 times out of 10 some stuff will start manifesting in your life. Okay? All right. Anyways, God, clarify this message of humor. What is a tool that we can use, or how can you just really break down this message on the Knight of Wands with the Temperance? What are you trying to get us to understand about taking a lighthearted approach to our journey, to our goals? Why do you want us to have fun? Why do you want us to make sure that we're taking time out to go on vacations? I don't know. Ooh. Look at this. Oh my God. I'm going to read both of these. And then I'm not even going to do that. But okay, I'm going to do these too. I can create both money and time to enjoy it. This makes sense, right? Because we're talking about going after our goals while also still making sure that we're having fun. The problem is so many of us are so focused on our goals that we're not having fun. And God is saying that you have to find that balance because, again, I feel like it's about the law of attraction and your energy towards it. I think if you're so focused on your goals, it just slows down the manifestation, and there has to be this detachment. There has to be like some type of surrender to the outcome. And I think by you going on vacations or by you having fun or you doing some type of new activity, like say, for example, me doing this yoga class, it's going to take up that energy of me worrying about, when the manifest, when it's going to happen, when is this? It's like, I don't have to even think about that anymore because I'm focused on these other things. I'm focused on the yoga classes. I'm focused on my vacations. I'm focused on, mending my relationship with my family, as well as finishing my book and all those other things. It's the temperance. It's balance. But I feel like the problem is so many of us are so focused on our goals, angel number 1501, that we're neglecting all those other things. Many of you tell us that you are so busy making your money that you do not have the time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your actions to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creations. Once you not only understand the power of your thoughts, but the deliberate direct, Once you not only understand the power of your thought, but deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of the things you desire, then you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created. This is the cycle that you're in. You're in the cycle where you're able to create both time and the money to enjoy it. And this is why God is saying you have to balance it. That's why you have to open yourself up for other things. You guys are working way too hard on your goals that you're making yourself miserable. That's why your manifestations is slowing down, because you're so focused on it. And you need to do something else. You need to detach from it for a minute so that the universe can do its thing. Like, we're powerful and we are creators, but we're we're co-creators. So we have to do our part and then step back and allow the universe to do theirs. The other card that came out is, I want to harmonize with my desires. Anytime you feel a negative emotion, stop and say, something is important here. Otherwise, I would not be feeling this negative emotion. What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. In that moment, you turn your attention to what you want. The negative attractions will stop. And the moment the negative attraction stops, the positive attractions will begin. And in that moment, you will feel change from not feeling good to feeling good. This is the process of pivoting, and this is what God is trying to show us. Some of you guys you don't feel good right now. You're so it's like you're working towards your dreams. When you're in it, you're happy about it. When you're working on your creations, you're happy about it. But it's like when you are in your regular life, you're miserable because you're like, I just want to make it already. I just want to fast forward to the part where everything is good. And God is saying, yeah, you are going to get there. You're going to get there. But right now, what you're doing is you're using only your action, angel number 746, to create your life, versus balancing yourself and balancing yourself, bringing yourself in alignment and, surrendering so that you can not only use your action, but your emotions to create as well. That's why God is telling you it's so important to stay balanced, and it's so important to have humor and to do things outside of your passions, because when you do it, you're able to be more balanced. You're not so focused on it, and the universe is able to do its thing. I'm not going to repeat that again, because I already said that. All right, I'm going to give us, what is an affirmation that we can use to help us to just stay focused on being in this new chapter of our life where we can harmonize with our desires, where we can create both time and money to enjoy it. God, how can we just stay focused on humor, on a lighthearted approach as we're going after our goals? What is a affirmation that we can use to keep ourselves balanced and to keep ourselves focused on our abundance and on our goals? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. All right. So So the card that flew, three cards actually flew out, and I'm just going to do them like this. In all moments, I choose to stand in my truth and act as my highest self. And so right here where God is saying when the negative emotions come up and you're not really sure what to focus on, you're not really sure which way to go. You put your energy on what's going to bring you closer to what you actually want to be. Who is the highest version of yourself? What type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be a loving, nurturing, forgiving person? You want to be somebody who is not easily manipulated by other people's feelings? Then when you find yourself in your workplace and you know that somebody's being passive aggressive with you, you don't even feed into that energy because you're focused on where you're going. You know what that person is doing. You know that game that person is playing, and you're not even going to even feed into it. Instead, you're just going to use, or you can use that moment to ignore their passive aggressiveness and to just step into your higher self and just be like, hey, are you okay? Are you having a good day? Is everything okay in your life? So that you can transmute that situation. The other card that came out is I exude an energy of strength and calm while experiencing moments of change. Again, God is saying that you can make it as you're heading towards your goals. You don't have to do it being so panicky. You don't have to do it being so worried, filled with anxiety. If God has already gave you a vision of how your life can be, why can't you just trust the vision that God gave you? Remember, we had a message on this channel that said the vision is the blessing. The last one that I want to focus on is I boldly move through life because I understand the power I hold inside. And this is what God is saying. This is what this message is all about. You being balanced, you realizing that it doesn't matter what's happening to the outside world. As long as you are focused on where you're going, as long as you are every single day transmuting situations, trying to take the path of your highest self, exuding confidence, exuding love, then you're going to get where you need to go. And when you get where you need to go, that's going to help change the whole world. So actually, it's really selfish of us to not go after our goals, because us going after our goals, actually it's not even us going after our goals, it's really selfish of us to not protect ourselves, to not make our energy the most important, because when we do that, that means we're getting sucked in the world. But it makes me think about, I'm just going to say this and I'm going to let this message go. It makes me think about that message of what the fuck is it called? So we are one, right? And I look at us as just like this one big body of Christ. And they call us light workers, right? Because we are in certain areas of the body of Christ or certain areas of the world where there is darkness. And so if we don't protect that light, then we can fade into darkness, and that part of the body, that part of the world can just go away. So it's really selfish. You have to be selfish. It's not selfish of you to protect yourself. It's really fucked up for you to get caught up in the world and everything else. You have to protect yourself. And as you keep going after your goal, as you keep vibrating, as you keep, being yourself, your light gets brighter and brighter, and it triggers other people's light, and it makes other people rise. And then eventually we'll all have a massive awakening. We can all be the world would just be lit up. But the problem is that us light beings, our light is on and we see that everybody's light is out. And that makes us feel like, should I be shining so bright? Should I feel as miserable as everybody else? No, keep your light on so that you can inspire and turn everybody else around you light on as well. The last message that we have is I take bold action in all areas of my life. So again, this energy of the Knight of Wands, God is telling us to go straight towards our goals, knowing that we're in a brand new cycle of our lives, knowing that we have the tools and we have the capability to transmute any situation as long as we harmonize with our desires, harmonize with our birthright of being abundance. Everything will be okay. All right, y'all. So that is all the message that I have. I'm actually going to end this message. With just going to the book and to getting some more information about this temperance card. Because I feel like this is what this message was all about. Temperance. Balance is a beautiful thing. Temperance is a radiant angel decked out in rainbow, balancing 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water as she confidently pours water from 1 cup to cup. Sunflowers are bursting behind her and the sun is bright and full of joy. Temperance is the beautiful alchemist, and she's full of song as she blends things together in harmony. Your life is off kilter and you need to create some balance. Maybe you've been burnt out from working too much, or you've been binge watching TV all weekend and now your house is a mess. So it's now time to put your house in order and start doing things in moderation. You'll find that if you work to balance all the different areas of your life, everything feels so much easier. Try and face this task with optimism and positivity and enjoy all the wonderful things in your life equally. And the last message that I'm going to read for you is the Knight of Wands, since that also came out. And for the Knight of Wands, the reading goes as follows. The Knight of Wands the knight is all action and doesn't spare any time to stop and think. They pursue their goals singularly and recklessly. Their unstoppable passion is inspiring but comes with risks. If the knight is you, it's time to be bold and seize that crazy opportunity in front of you. It won't stick around for long. Enjoy this feeling of total confidence in yourself, but just be aware that there can be some unforeseen consequences for acting too impulsively. And so this is what God is saying. You guys have been working very hard. I know you see this opportunity coming towards you, but God is saying also slow down. Take that time to make sure that you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Make sure that you are also balancing all your areas of your life and that you're not so focused on your goals. Because if you get so focused on your goals, you can slow yourself down and just, slow down your manifestations. But if you instead take this time to balance all areas of your life, you will realize that you can harmonize with your desires and you can have both time and money to enjoy it. All right, y'all. Angel number 2555. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. And just as I was trying to put this deck up, I see this beautiful card again of balance. So God doubling down that it's time for us to balance all areas of our lives so that we can get the whole life that we want. The complete 10 of cups, the man, the love, the happy ending, the friends, all of that. I nurture my creative genius by balancing my mind and spirit. I'm gonna leave it right there. I balance my creative genius by nurturing my mind and my body, my mind and spirit. So God is saying to us go-getters, it's time. You can't stay so focused on your goals. It's time to take care of the other areas in your life. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon.